All rise. We will obey. Please be seated. We will swear.
Thank you very much. Ms. Fowl, please continue.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Witness, before we left, I asked that you be showed a particular newspaper. And this is the Saturday Standard newspaper, KEN-0038-0002. Court officer, kindly put it up the screen, please.
The witness is being shown the document as requested.
Mr. Witness, could you kindly confirm that this is a copy of the Standard newspaper of 17 November 2007? Could you kindly enlarge the date section, please? It is the top right corner of the document. Mr. Witness, can you see it?
Yes, I've seen it.
And could you confirm that this is this Saturday's edition of the Standard newspaper published in Kenya?
Yes, I confirm.
Could you also confirm that it's dated 17 November?
Yes.
And Mr. Witness, looking at the headlines, especially primaries in city kick off despite despite delays, could you see that?
Yes, I've seen.
And would you agree with me, Mr. Witness, that this deals with the primaries, party primaries that took place in Kenya in November of 2007?
Sorry?
Would you agree with me that this newspaper deals with the party primary nominations that took place in Kenya in November 2007?
Yes, I agree.
Mr. Witness, I draw your attention to the photograph that is now on your screen, and in particular, the words written immediately below the photograph. Can you see it?
Yes, I'm seeing it.
And Mr. Witness, it reads as follows: parliamentary aspirants for Westland constituency, Mr. Amin Walji Jr., restrains his supporter from roughing up a presiding officer, Mr. Duncan Konyago, along Wayaki Way as rigging claims rocked ODM parliamentary elections, in the area yesterday. Can you see that?
Yes.
Excuse me, I beg your pardon. ODM parliamentary nominations in the area yesterday. Can you see that?
Yes, I've seen.
And would you agree, therefore, that the ODM parliamentary nominations exercise was held on the 16th and not the 15th of November 2007?
Yes, I accept.
I would also show you another newspaper. It is the Sunday edition of the Nation newspaper, published on the 18th of November 2007. Court officer, could you kindly put up the screen the following document? KEN-D09-0038-0003. Oh, excuse me, 0716, please. 0716. Mr. President, this should be tab 5 of your binder.
Here you go.
Yes. Mr. Witness, could you confirm that this is the Sunday edition of the Nation newspaper?
Yes.
Could you also confirm that it was published on November 18, 2007?
Yes.
And Mr. Witness, let me read out from the third paragraph, starting with the words "the nominations which started on Friday." Can you see it? It's on the left-hand side of the document. Officer, could you move the document to show the first paragraph, which is on the left-hand side of the document?
Yes. Can you read?
Thank you. Did you see the third paragraph starting with the... Could you, court officer, push the document a bit to the right so that we could see all of what is contained on the first paragraph? Excuse me, the first column. Mr. President, the way the document is now presented seems to show that there are a few words or letters missing. But I would read out what is contained in mine, and Mr. President, you can confirm from what is contained in the binders what exactly is contained in the document, because this seems to be a technical problem we cannot seem to solve at the moment. I stand guided by your honors.
Keep going. If there is an objection, Mr. Steinberg will let us know.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And Mr. Witness, this is what it says, and I read. The nominations which started on Friday and were still going on in some areas yesterday were marred by violence in which several people were injured, claims of rigging, lack of voting material, and disorganization in most of the parts of the country. Could you see that, Mr. Witness?
Yes.
And would you agree that by this newspaper, the nominations started on Friday?
Yes.
And that date would be Friday, 16 November 2007, correct?
Yes, correct.
And do you recall hearing information about these nominations when they occurred in Kenya?
Yes, I remember.
Would you again agree that the entry in your diary suggesting that the nomination took place on the 15th of November was wrong?
Yes.
Would you also agree that if you had entered details of this nomination in your diary on the actual day the events took place, you would not have had the date wrong?
Yes.
Mr. President, I now wish to move on to another topic. In the meantime, before I do that, I would like to request that the 3 documents that had been shown to the witness be admitted into evidence as exhibits. And these are the following documents. KEN D09-0038-0001, that is the Saturday edition of the Nation newspaper of 17 November 2007. The second document is KEN D09-0038-002, that is the Saturday edition of the Standard newspaper, 17 November 2007. And the third and final document is KEN D-009-0038-0716, that is the Sunday Nation of 18 November 2007. Thank you, Mr. President.
One at a time. First document you say you want to admit is what?
KEN D-09-0038-0001, the Saturday edition of the Nation newspaper of 17 November 2007.
Mr. Steinberg?
Your Honours, the prosecution has no objection. Only to note that the papers do not seem to refer to the specific location mentioned by the witness in his statement, but as far as the truth of what is contained here, the prosecution does not dispute it.
Mr. Kinga?
We do not oppose.
Document is admitted as the next in the Ruto defense exhibits.
Document KEN D09-0038-0001, public, will bear the number EVD T D09-002224.
Let's file your next document.
Mr. President, the next document is KEN D-009-0038-0002, the Saturday Standard, dated 17 November 2007.
Mr. Steinberg?
The prosecution adopts the same position with this document, Your Honours.
Mr. Keegan-Katwa?
We do not oppose, Mr. President.
Document is admitted as the next in the Ruto defense exhibits.
The public document KEN D09-0038-0002 will bear the number EVD T D09-00225.
Thank you. Mr. File next.
Mr. President, the next document is KEN D-09-0038-0716, Sunday Nation newspaper, 18 November 2007.
Mr. Steinberg?
Your Honours, the prosecution has one concern about this document, in that if one looks at the top of the column, it appears this is a continuation from another page. So the extract is incomplete, and in that regard, we don't have a complete picture of what the newspapers reported. But subject to that objection, I'll leave that in the court's hands. We have no other basis for objection.
Is that an objection or is it an observation?
Your Honour, it's an objection.
Mr. Keegan-Katwa?
We have no objection, Mr. President.
Mr. Fowl?
Mr. President, I think that was more of an observation than an objection. Be that as it may, what we are interested in here is when it is stated that the nominations took place, and there is no ambiguity in what is contained in the paragraph we are relying upon. If my learned friends think differently, that is a matter for an argument at some other date. Thank you, Mr. President.
Where is the complete picture? Are you not able to produce the first page?
Mr. President, we can produce the entire newspaper at a later date. We don't have it at the moment, but it's available. We can produce the entire newspaper if that is desired.
Your Honour, my learned friends have on more than one occasion objected to the admission of documents on the basis of incompleteness. The documents I intended to produce this morning, that was one of the bases they objected. I suggest that we MFI it at this stage, and my learned friends can complete the picture at their leisure.
Mr. President, may I just say something about that? It would be a bit unwieldy if, because of the electronic nature, the way the use of electronic materials, it will be difficult to have a complete newspaper put in the electronic system. It will take ages for us to go through the newspapers. That's why we mainly flag the relevant paper. But if it is desired, we can later produce the whole newspaper.
Your Honours, that was not the suggestion. We don't want the whole paper, just the whole article. It's part 2 of a 2-part series, it seems. We just want to see part 1, that's all.
The document will be marked MFI. Mr. Fowl, there's no need to bloat up the issue in that way. Mr. Steinbach has said he wants to see page 1 from where what we now see continued. So let's just do that, begin with that. If there's any argument about producing the entire newspaper, we'll take it at that point.
Much guided, Mr. President.
The public document KEN D09 00380716 will bear the number MFI T D09 00226.
Thank you. Mr. Witness, I would now want to move on to another topic. And this concerns the entries in your diary dealing with the 19 November 2007 Harambe at location D. And kindly take a look at the PIS, defense PIS you have been provided for a reference to the place known as location D. Court officer, could you kindly provide it to him, please?
Mr. Witness, this is the PIS, people, location.
Location D, please.
The witness has been shown location D.
And Mr. Witness, you would recall that you testified about a Harambe which you entered in your diary as having occurred at location D on 19 November 2007. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And in tab 2, that is the second statement you had given to the office of the prosecutor, that is exhibit 133, prosecution exhibit. In paragraph 21, you made entries in your diary about this Harambe. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And this is what is stated in your statement at paragraph 21. So I would substitute the location that is mentioned with location D. Is that okay with you, Mr. Witness?
Yes.
I read this paragraph, and this is what it says. This is my handwriting, and I made this entry on the evening of the same day. I referred to this Harambe at paragraph 35 in my previous statement. I would not read the next few lines, the next sentence. Then
You say this is what the paragraph says, but you took your reading from the second sentence, is that correct, of the paragraph?
yes, Mr. President.
All right. Just so the record is clear on what you've just done.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. President. And I would also skip the next sentence in the paragraph and just move on to say 100,000 small z means that Ruto donated 100,000 shillings, as I mentioned in my previous statement. 324,568 means, Z rather, means 324,569 Kenya shillings, which was the total amount raised that day. This is what you told the prosecution. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And you also said that this Harambe took place at location D. Is that correct?
Yes.
And details of what occurred in that Harambe, you said, are contained in paragraphs 35 to 44 of the statement you gave the prosecution. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And Mr. Witness, I would want us to take a look at what you said in paragraphs 35 to 44. In order to save time, I would just give you a description of what is contained in those paragraphs, and then you can confirm whether that is what you said or not. Are we together?
Yes.
And statement 1, Your Honor, is Exhibit 132, and that would be contained in tab 1 of the prosecution of the defense bundle, and also tab 1 of the prosecution bundle as well. Essentially, Mr. Witness,
Is a witness looking at the paragraphs you've referred to? Paragraph 35 to 44, I think you said.
yes, Mr. President. What I propose to do is to just give a summary of what is contained in there for the witness to confirm or not, just in order to save time, Mr. President. But it could be put up for the witness to see if that is necessary. And the ERN number of the document is KEN-0109-0019, and paragraphs, relevant paragraphs would be 35 to 44 at 0025.
For the record, the witness is looking at those paragraphs 35 onwards of the document referred to by counsel.
Thank you, Court Officer. And Mr. Witness, you would confirm that in these paragraphs, you said that there was a Harambe at location D on 19 November 2007, and that Harambe was organized by members of the Board of Governors, and you mentioned the chairman and the vice chairman, who we have listed as person L and person M, respectively, in the defense PIS. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
And you have also mentioned that the master of ceremony.
1 second. Was the witness shown the PIS court officer? Was he shown PIS so that he could have seen? Did you say persons L and M?
Yes, Mr. President.
Court officer, was the witness
Mr.
shown?
President?
Yes, before he answered that last question, was he shown the PIS?
Is being shown the PIS again and pointed out persons L and N.
My question was, before he answered the last question, did he have the PIS and was looking at persons L and M?
No, Mr. President. He's only being presented the PIS now.
Thank you. Mr. File, continue.
Your Honours, may I just observe at this stage that this simply illustrates the danger of the objection I raised earlier of placing leading questions to a witness such as this, where the witness agrees with propositions when he didn't even have the document in front of him.
Mr. President, we think that's a bit unfair. The witness had previously seen the PIS, so we don't know.
Mr. File, continue.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Witness, looking at the defense PIS, can you confirm that the person you had mentioned as chairman of location D, of the Board of Governors of location D, is the person mentioned as person L, correct?
Yes, correct.
And that the vice chairman is the person mentioned in the defense PIS as person M.
Yes.
And in your statement, specifically paragraph 37, you indicated that there was a master of ceremony during the Harambe, and that person was the school principal, who we have listed in the defense PIS as person N. Could you take a look at the PIS and confirm that person N is the person you had indicated was the master of ceremony of that occasion?
Yes.
Also, in paragraphs 36, 39, and 40 to 44, you indicated that Honorable Ruto was present and addressed that Harambe. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And in paragraphs 42 of the statement, you indicated that Honorable Raila Odinga, that Ruto requested that people support Honorable Raila Odinga. That's what you told the prosecution, correct?
Yes.
You also indicated at paragraph 41 that the press was present during the Harambe, but Honorable Ruto asked them to leave at a certain stage. Do you recall that that is what you told the prosecution?
Yes.
And finally, that Honorable Ruto donated 100,000 shillings, and the total amount that was collected that day was 324,569 shillings, Kenya shillings. Do you recall? That is what you told the prosecution. It's contained in paragraph 44.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Witness.
Sorry, Your Honour, I think my learned friend may have been incorrect there. Paragraph 44 as far as I can see, only refers to the 100,000 shillings. The other amount was contained in the second statement after he checked the diary. I believe I'm correct.
You're correct, Mr. President. And I make that correction, that in paragraph 44, you stated that Honorable Ruto donated 100,000 shillings, and in your diary, you indicated that the total amount collected was 324,569 Kenya shillings. Correct? Are we together, Mr. Witness?
Yes, we are together.
Do you confirm that in paragraph 44, you indicated that Honorable Ruto donated 100,000 shillings during that Harambe?
Yes.
At the outset, Mr. Witness, let me say that we do not dispute that there was a Harambe at location D. That was held for both the primary school and the secondary school. Do you understand that?
Yes.
We also acknowledge that Honorable Ruto attended a Harambe at location D in 2007. Do you understand that?
Yes.
In fact, Mr. Witness, we have photographs which we say depict a Harambe at location D, attended by Honorable Ruto. And we wish to show you photographs of that Harambe and ask you a few questions. Are we together?
Yes.
Court officer, I would ask that certain photographs be shown to the witness, and these photographs should not be broadcast out of the courtroom or out of the location where the witness is presently located. Court officer, kindly put up the screen the following document: KEN-D09-0038-006. This is contained in tab 6 of your honors binder.
The photograph is being presented to the witness, and for the record of the case, the witness has also in front of him at the same time the PIS form, so he can consult it whenever he wants.
Thank you very much, court officer. Court officer, could you kindly enlarge the photograph, please?
Yeah, it is correct. There's no problem.
Mr. Witness, you confirm that the person in the front of the people shown in this photograph is Honorable William Ruto? Person in
Yes,
the red tie?
Yes, I confirm.
Mr. Witness, from your knowledge of the area and your knowledge of this particular school, would you say that this is a photograph that was taken at location D?
Your Honor, how can the witness answer that from this photograph?
Mr. President, it so happens that these people are wearing school uniforms, and that's why I ask that from his knowledge of the area. But if that is an unfair question, I can remove this picture and show him other pictures.
I withdraw the objection, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Witness, could you confirm, could you tell us whether this photograph depicts a place in location D?
Yes, it is location D.
May I ask Mr. Court Officer to put up the screen another photograph. It's KEN-D09-0038-0030. It's also contained in tab 6. Court officer KEN-D09-0038, and kindly enlarge the photograph, please.
The photograph ending in 0030 is being presented to the witness.
Mr. Witness, would you say that this is a photograph depicting Honorable William Ruto at location D?
Yes.
Mr. Witness?
Yes.
What's your answer? You said yes, right? All right, thank you. I would also show you another photograph, KEN-D09-0038-0052. Could you kindly put that one up the screen, please?
The photograph is being shown to the witness. Last digit 0052.
Court officer, could it also be put up the screen, please? Thank you. Mr. Witness, would you agree that this is a photograph showing Honorable Ruto addressing a gathering at location D?
Yes.
Mr. Witness, we say that this is a harambe that took place at location D on 4 July 2007. What do you say to that?
I don't have any objection.
Do you mean you agree? I know you've been listening to lawyers making objections and all that, so do not adopt their language. If the questioner asks you a question in that way, where they put a proposition to you, you can tell them you agree with them or you don't agree with them. So the question.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes.
Okay, I agree.
Mr. Witness, we say that these pictures show a harambe that took place at location D, attended by Honorable Ruto, on 4 July 2007. What do you say to that?
I accepted that it took place on location D, but I am not sure of the date.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. I would like to show the witness another document, and this is contained in KEN-D09-0038-0084. This is contained in tab 8. Mr. President, this is a rather bulky document, so I would ask the court officer to just show the witness various pages of it, just 3-4 pages, and then I'll ask a few questions regarding that.
0084, you say?
00498. 498, Mr. President. Yes.
Yeah, I've seen. The document ending in 0084, which contains 193 pages, have been shown to the witness the first 4 pages, handwritten document.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Witness,
Wait. Are we on the same page? Are we looking at the same document? Did you say 0084 or 0498?
0498. It was my mistake, Mr. President.
All right.
0498.
Court officer indicates that he uploaded what?
Yeah, Mr. President, I was under the impression that was 0084.
Yes,
I
that's
will
what.
now look for document 0498.
Thank you very much.
I must apologize for having misled him. We changed the document, and that is why there's a difference in the ERN numbers.
Yeah. The document KEN D0900380498, containing 187 pages, handwritten document.
What you make of the document that has been placed before you?
Sorry?
Can you tell the court what, in your view, is this document that has been placed before you?
Yes, this is a school document that it has been recorded, I believe, by the principal or the head teacher.
And would this be a document you would also call a logbook?
I believe it is the one.
From your knowledge of the area, would you say that this is a logbook for location D?
Yes, considering the places that have been mentioned there, it is possible that it is for location D.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. Taking a look at the first entry, you would agree with me that this entry, well, it says that the first entry was made on 5th September 1994?
Yes, it says so.
Court officer, could you kindly take it to the last page, which would be in, which would be, okay, which would be could you take it to KEN D090038-0675, please?
0675 is not the last page, but I will take it to that page.
Please.
Page 0675 is being presented to the witness.
And Mr. Witness, could you tell us the date of the last entry on this page?
7th of October, the year 2007.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. Court officer, could you put up the screen for the witness another document in that? No, could you kindly put page KEN D09 0038 0687 up the screen, please? The first page of that document would be 0685, and this would be tab 8A.
8A or 8B?
8B. 8B, Mr. President. There are two documents in tab 8. The first one is the one we just examined, and the second one is this one we are about to see.
Mr. Fall, could we have the year and number of the first page of that second document, please?
It's KEN D09 0038 0685.
The document is being presented to the witness at page 0687.
And Mr. Witness, could you confirm that, could you kindly tell this court where the entries on this page, the date the entries on this page, the first entry is made, the date for the first entry on this page?
It is 25th of October 2007.
And Mr. Witness, could you take a look at the date of the last entry on this page and tell us what's the date written on it?
It is on 6th of November 2007.
And court officer, could you put up the screen the next page, please?
Mr. Fowl, how many more pages are we going to see before you make your pitch? There seems to be a long wind-up to it.
Yes, Mr. President, this was going to be the last page I was going to call up for with regards to this document. Mr. President, of course, the problem is that the witness does not have a document. He's looking at it up the screen, and that slows things down a little bit.
That's not the point. The point is how many pages do you need to put before you ask the question you have in mind?
This was the last page I was going to put, Mr. President.
Page 0688 is being presented to the witness.
And Mr. Witness, am I right in saying that the last entry on this page was on 6th November 2008?
You are right.
Mr. Witness, we say that these two documents constitute the logbook for the location, for location D, for the period 1994, September 1994, all the way to 2008. What do you say to that?
I agree.
And Mr. Witness, I wish to draw your attention to an entry in the logbook, and the actual page number would be KEN D0900380251. Can you kindly put that up the screen, please? This is a different document I would like to put to the witness.
Mr. Fall, could you please provide us with the ERN number of the first page of this document? Thank you.
And the tab, if I may ask.
Mr. President, just give me a minute, please. Yes, I wanted the witness to be referred to this document, KEN-D09-0038-0665. The first page in that document would be KEN-D09-0038-0498. That's the first page of the document. The page I want is 0665.
Page 0665 is being presented to the witness.
Mr. Witness, do you see that there is a stamp on the document which refers to location D? Do you see that?
Yes, I have seen.
And Mr. Witness, there is an entry dated 9 May 2007 on the middle of the page. Do you see it?
I have seen.
And it says that this was a visit by Honorable MP, Alderet North Constituency, Honorable William Ruto, with other guests. That is Area Councillor, I will not call the name, and CDF Chairman, I will not call the name. They came to pay us a courtesy call and deliver a CDF check to the school. The day was very successful. Do you see that?
Yes, I have seen.
And Mr. Witness, you agree, do you not, that when dignitaries visit schools in Kenya, they are often given a visitor's book to sign. Is that right?
It is right.
And I will show you a document which we say is the visitor's book for location D. And we would ask you a question about it. Court officer, could you kindly put up the screen document KEN-D09-0038-0277. Mr. President, it is contained in tab 9.
The document is being presented to the witness. First page.
And Mr. Witness, could you confirm that this first page states visitor's book, correct?
It is correct.
May I ask that the witness be showed the page KEN-D09-0038-0316.
Page 0316 is being shown.
And Mr. Witness, you would agree with me that there is a date recorded on the left-hand column of the page saying 9th May 2007, and Honorable Ruto's name is written in the page. Honorable William something Ruto, MP, Eldoret North. Do you agree with that?
I agree.
I think it's William Arap Ruto, MP, Eldoret North. Mr. Witness, we say that this entry in the visitor's book correlates with the entry in the logbook showing that Honorable Ruto has visited this school or this location, location D. What do you say to that?
It relates.
Mr. Witness?
I agree.
Now, I had previously showed you some photographs of a Harambe, which you confirm occurred or took place at location D. I would now show you an entry in the logbook of the place we say is location D, and I'll ask you a question about that. Kindly show the witness. Kindly show the witness the entry of this date. Or rather, kindly show the witness ERN number KEN-D090038-0671. And the first page of the document is KEN-D090038-0498.
Page 0671 is being shown to the witness.
And Mr. Witness, take a look at the entry in the middle of the page and tell us what you have seen written there.
That is on 4th of July 2007. It reads, guests started arriving as from 11 a.m. The main guest, Honorable Ruto, arrived late at around 4:30 p.m. Activities of the day began. Official opening of the library, meeting at the Harambee site. Total amount raised 290,000 cash, 100 and
I think we have lost the sound.
You seem to have a video.
total amount 290,000 shillings. And then cash is 109,081 shillings, and the pledges were 181,000 stroke checks. The day was very successful.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. I would like to show you some more photos of the Harambee at location D, and ask you to comment on them. Mr. Court Officer, kindly put up the screen document KEN-D09-0038-0017.
What tab again?
It is tab 6, Mr. President.
The photograph is being shown to the witness, ending in 0017.
Mr. Witness, would you say that this document shows Honorable Ruto cutting a ribbon?
Yes.
Would you say that this depicts a picture taken at location D?
Yes, I recognized that person aside there to come from that place, so it is location D.
And you would agree with me, Mr. Witness, that this photograph is dated 4th July 2007. Or perhaps it's not too clear. Does it appear to read 4th July 07 to you?
Yes, 4th July.
Mr. Witness, I would like to say...
Mr. Fowl, where is the July?
It's 07. 407 407. 7407 rather. That's what it says.
Where is the first 7? That's what I'm trying to find out.
It is not too clear in this one. It's been very clear in the others that I had shown previously. I'll perhaps show that one to the witness.
No, well, I'm interested in this particular one. The witness agreed with your proposition.
Mr. President, let me read the witness's answer. He says, yes, 4 July. That's what the witness says. And it is in line 13 of page 80.
You
All right, carry on.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Witness, I would wish to show you another photograph just to establish the date. Kindly show the witness KEN D09 0038 0030. We had seen this document before.
The photograph is being presented to the witness.
Mr. Witness, can you tell the court what is the date stamp on this document?
It is 4th July 2007.
And thank you very much, Mr. Witness. I would also show you one last photograph before we move on. Kindly show the witness document KEN D09 0038 0024.
The photograph is being shown to the witness, ending in 0024.
Mr. Witness, taking a look at this photograph, could you tell us what you see Honorable Ruto doing, or what he appears to be doing?
He appears to be writing in the visitor's book.
I would now take you back to the visitor's book and ask you a question. And please kindly put up the screen for this witness document number KEN D09 0038 0277. And in particular, page KEN D0038 0322.
Page 0322 is being shown to the witness.
And Mr. Witness, can you tell us what you have seen written on this page?
I've seen the column of the date. It is 4th July 2007. Then the names, Honorable William Arap Ruto, MP. And then I've seen the signature down there.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. I would now wish to take the witness to another document to take a look at. This is contained in tab 11 of the defense bundle. And the document is ERN number KEN D09 0038 0080.
The document is being presented to the witness.
And court officer, could you kindly enlarge the top part of the document?
Top part, first page, enlarged.
Mr. Witness, could you read the top part of this document for us?
Yes, it is joined POG/PTA meeting on 6th July 2007 in the library.
Mr. Witness, based on your knowledge of the area, could you look at the names that have been listed below what you have just read as members present and tell me whether this is information and tell us whether you know which institution this may relate to in your area?
Yes, I've seen the names of those members present. It shows that these people are from the location D.
And kindly go to the entry under the heading MIN.22-07, review of fundraising, at the second half of the paper, of that page, second half of that page, please.
Yes, I've seen.
Could you kindly read that paragraph for us, please? The paragraph starting with members gave.
Members gave their suggestions that the fundraising was very successful. Members made their contributions well for the success of that day. Apart from the evening when the guest was being fed, some group of people tried to disrupt the program. Otherwise, all was well. Other members suggest that next time we should try to reduce the number of guests as we overestimated.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. Could you take the witness to the next page in the document, KEN-D09-0038-0082?
Before we do that, I note that we're 5 minutes away from lunch break. Private session for a minute.